I've been up since 2. I was supposed to go to work this morning, but it never snowed. So, I came back home. I sat in my truck for a little bit, listened to some Kevin Gates. And then I was like, I guess we'll go back in the trailer and put Frank back together. Uh, After getting some sleep and whatnot, and taking a break from handling this old feller here, this is garbage. Uh, I don't know if this is lighter or heavier, or if it's more distributed. It's kind of hard to tell. Like, it feels like it's more heavier up front, but then at the same time, it feels kind of. I mean, I don't have the tires on or in the body, but it still feels kind of light. But that's okay, because when I was on RC Planet last week on the computer, not my phone, uh, they make. I want to say it's Real. They make diff housing cups that are brass that the spider gears go in, and I was really thinking on getting them because I put a spool in here because I lost one of the cup, not the cup, the gear piece or the locking mechanism. But I'm really tempted on putting it back in here, just for the sole purpose of more brass, really low, and in the axle housing. So the rear is still a differential. It's not a spool. So I'm thinking about getting 2 cups, housings, and just slapping them in there because it's going to be way more brass on the lower part of the axle, which would be perfect because I got the brass covers and the brass insert. I mean the inner portal, and that's aluminum. And it'll be more brass right here at the center. It'll make that real low center of gravity real nice. I'm hoping. And eventually I might get some new axles because these ones are pretty beat. Yeah, they're really beat. That's what the squeaking noise is. But it feels a little bit more heavier, but it feels more distributed. Definitely more distributed. Not sure how I feel about this diff plate in the middle. We'll see. It looks clean. It looks fantastic. Look at that bad boy. Look at that skid plate. It's just so pure. And then we got the rear braces now, aluminum as well. My finger is here. This whole brace is aluminum. And then the last time we worked on Frank, we put the aluminum brace for the servo mount. We did that too. So it's all aluminum. It's all aluminum with the steel frame. So it's got some tweaking. Like, I feel I can twist the frame a little bit. So there's some play now, I guess. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We'll find out down the line. But I figured we'll put them back together because it's going to be 46 degrees today. And I'm really hoping I can, what's going on here? We've got wires pinched. That's what we got going on. I got to look into that. Oh, I see it. Well, maybe we could pull it up. No, we're going to take this cover off, and I want to put some more gear oil in there or something. This cover goes on nice now. Everything snugs up because it's not going in the plastic anymore. Nice. Both these sides tighten down so this motor's more secure now. Real nice. Really, really nice. I'm really hoping it really disperses the heat a lot better. We'll see. That's not like stuff that I found I put in the portal housings and the transmission. It really seems to be holding up really well and keeping everything lubricated and dry. We got a comment here. What you cooking up, boss? We're cooking up putting this RC back together after doing some upgrades, buddy. Did the rear brace here is aluminum. We did the skid plate over to aluminum. It was plastic, and looking at this plastic piece, I think I've replaced it. It doesn't look like original. It's too clean in there. So we're just putting him back together. I noticed that my wires weren't pulling over to the side because we got the servo wires between the frame and the motor. We can't be having that. So I'm going to pull this up and out, I think. It's supposed to be 46 degrees today, they're claiming, and I'm hoping so this way I can get over to my buddy's house and rip this Bronco here. And oh man, this is gonna be the struggle. Oh no, there we go. Nice. This is another HR HD aluminum part. Do not know the part number. There we go. That's better. That's a lot better. Yeah, see this snot stuff is on this gear here. I really can't zoom in. Hey, got 11 viewers. What's up, guys? Good morning. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Wide awake. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. It really helps the channel grow. We're trying to get to 250 before spring. We get to 250. I'm buying one of those new short course 2-wheel drive trucks, and we're going to beat on it till it breaks, and then we're just going to throw random branded parts at it to try to fix it. That's going to be the new thing I'm going to be doing, is throwing random parts at the RCs to try to fix them. I like doing that. It makes it different. That's why this guy's so different. He's got a Chevy bumper, a Ford bumper. He's got unknown name Chinese parts. He's got name brand parts. It's all mixed matched. And it works perfect. Well, we got some more commenters here. What we got here? Gotta see what we're saying here. Oh, geez, I got. Yes, you do. You definitely do. 46 is pretty. That's almost damn near spring. Smallest Ford I ever seen. Yeah, but it's probably the most capable Ford you'll ever see. Nah, I joke. Fords are good. They all have their problems. You name me one vehicle that's great that doesn't have problems. There ain't no such thing. They all have issues. I put this snot-like stuff on here, and it's like, it's not a grease. I don't know what I put. Oh, I put diff fluid. That's right. I put diff fluid in this little channel here in this transmission mount. I put a little bit because it puddles up. I put some in there, and it seems to be staying on there. I ran this a bunch. I don't know if I still have it here in a trailer. I know I put some stuff in the house. Nah, I definitely brought that in the house. No big shakes. There's enough on there. But thanks for watching, and hope you guys are liking what you're seeing. I'll name you one. My 3.5i Vortex. What? Are you talking about GM or Ford? Oh wait, 3.5. Oh, that's you mean not Vortex. EcoBoost. Yeah, is it? What did you say? I do. Suzuki Samurais are nice. I have one of those in RC form. It's probably about yay big. It probably sits about that much off the ground. It's got opening doors. It's by FMS. It's a Suzuki Samurai. It's got cool little lights on it, turn signals. It's got Beavis sitting in the front seat right now. The back hatch opens. It's got a little light on the back hatch. It's pretty badass. It's got 2-speed tranny. That one is somewhere on the property. I don't have room for the small stuff inside, and I will say this: FMS makes some great RCs, big scale and small scale, because of the fact is all of my FMS RC trucks, most of them have spent most of their last 4 years outside, either in the bushes on the little course, or on the porch because I have no space inside. And I gotta say, I've only replaced a motor on the K10, and that was only because the K10 went for a swim downstream during a heavy rainstorm. So that got ruined. But the lights still work. The servo still turns, and then the FMS Magnum, which is like the Ford F100, that I had to replace the motor in too because it locked up. The LC80 worked great up until I messed with the throttle rate, and I increased it, and then the motor burned out, which is strange because that went through some hell. I will say the most unreliable FMS small scale would be the FJ Cruiser. For some reason, I had two of them, and in the first time I left the FJ outside was when it was really cold out. And we got our first frost, and for some reason the frost killed it. It wouldn't work ever again, and I don't have no idea why. So I bought another one, and it did the same thing. Like it got wet, like damp from a puddle, and it just stopped working. I don't know why. I never took it apart. I just ended up using it for a parts truck on another RC. And then the FMS military Volkswagen Beetle. That's another very robust RC they make. It's got a 2-speed tranny, 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive. Got all the fancy little airplane light. It's got the brake lights, the high beams, the detailed interior. The steering wheel turns, the doors open. The seats are like a rubber. And that one spent the last 4 years outside. It's been buried. It's been in the snow. It's been in water. It's been in salt water. And for some reason, it still drives. The only issue I had is the steering came apart because it's plastic on plastic. And I got to take it apart and try to fix it. But it still drives and goes great. And the bearings were locked up, but they fixed themselves. Air quotes. So that's the only issue. But yeah, FMS, man, you want a cheap RC to try to get into, do FMS or Red Cat. Unless you want quality, then you go with the Trx4 stuff, without a doubt, because that's just how it goes. What did I do here? Oh, this thing got yoinked down. Yoink. There we go. So, alright, gotta see what the commentary is saying. Line 5 Vortec? Oh, you're talking about the Colorado motor. That was not a Vortec motor. What was that? Volvo. Volvo made the 5-cylinder for the Chevs. It wasn't a Vortec motor. It may have had a Vortec badge, but I don't believe they were anything remotely to GM. I honestly believe it did. I really do believe it did. I don't know what else could have done it. It was definitely a heavy frost because everything had, even the tree branches lowest to the ground had like hard frost on them. So I do believe the frost did something to the electronics. I don't know what, but nothing worked afterwards. Not even the lights worked. So I don't know what happened. They say it's water resistant. I don't know about that. But I did have the first generation LC80 by FMS, and it did not have the 2-speed. It was the first gen, and it did great. I had no issues with it, no complaints. I got 2 years out of it. I went in lots of water with it. It was a great little RC, and then the motor stopped working, and then I hacked it apart for parts to try to turn it into a Trx4M, and because I didn't have the right screws or screwdrivers for it, I couldn't use it. It was a debacle. It wasn't worth. One of these days I'll get back to it and try it. But yeah, what's the other one I have? Oh, the FMS Willys Jeep. That's my newest one. I like that thing. It's been in the water, it's been submerged, and it just keeps on going with no issues at all. And it's extremely highly detailed. Like all the little accents, the on off button is like right in between the steering wheel would be, and on the dashboard there's a little button like for like the start button, and that is literally the start button for the RC. That one I really like. I got some hours on that, and I definitely have some miles on it because I plow for a company up here at a location I'm not going to release, but it's a government facility, and I couldn't take videos, so I couldn't record myself doing it. But my boss said stay awake and keep moving around from time to time. So I was in a company truck, and I had my little FMS Willys Jeep, and I drove around the compound, which was four big buildings. It took me, because the Jeep only goes so fast in second gear, so creeping with the work truck behind the little Jeep, and I went around like half the compound in like an hour and a half, and it was like 22 degrees out and windy, and I didn't let off the throttle once. So the FMS has come with a little 380 milliamp battery, probably the size of a bazooka gun piece. Those little squares, and so they're small. So when you're letting it sit, take like little videos outside in the cold, they will die in like 5 minutes because they don't like the cold. So I figured if I kept my hand on the throttle and kept a load under it, it would keep the battery just warm enough to where it wouldn't die, and it worked. I literally kept my finger on the throttle the whole time, didn't let off once, and drove around the whole half the compound, and the battery didn't die, and I literally got like an hour and a half out of it before I decided to stop playing with it. I was like, and then when I pulled the battery out, it was still warm, like lukewarm, and it wasn't cold. So I knew I was doing something right, keeping a load on it, and it worked. I really wish I could have live streamed it. And probably would have got a shitload of views for it, but government facility, they don't allow us to take videos and photos. So even though I probably wouldn't have, I obviously wouldn't have, been like, oh yeah, look at this problem, man. I was just gonna be focusing on the RC, but for security purposes, I understand why you're not allowed to. So I couldn't record it, but boy, I will say I am the first and probably the last person to drive an RC on that property. The little FMS Willys Jeep that night, and then one night when we finished early, and I was waiting to get departed, like to be able to leave, and I had the Trx4 AMG 6x6, and I had that there, and I whipped that around, and then I smoked the servo on it, the steering servo. So I guess two of my RCs have been up there, and two of them have actually ran there. So I know it's not much of an achievement, but places like that, it's kind of like, ooh, I'm the first person to do it, and no one knows. Well, no one really knows. One guy noticed it. He was in a company truck just driving in. Oh, I got some comments here. It sounds like when we played cross. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that, but I let it warm up and it still never worked right. And I didn't leave the battery in it, so I don't know why it did that. If you had commented, let me see if I can look here. Oh, yep, you think, yep. But yeah, I couldn't take video of it. But I gotta say, it was a fun adventure with that little FMS Jeep. Uh, I went to Tractor Supply. I had to buy myself a new extension cord, a heavy duty one, for the trailer here to the generator, and I had one. But when in the process of moving one of my trucks around, I thought the extension cord was underneath the tires, but I guess when I pulled it around back by the Mafia block, it caught the evap canister, because the S10 Blazers, they put the evap canister. I know you want to probably like see my face, but it's really hard with this setup. But the evap canisters just sit on the back left side underneath the wheel well on the Blazers, and when they rot out, it hangs down there by the hoses and the evap lines. And I guess it was caught on there because I yanked it out of the generator and yanked it out of the trailer and dragged it 40 feet. And I looked out and I was like, Man, that was $120 extension cord. What the hell's wrong with you? I was so pissed. So I had to go buy one earlier, and when I got there, I found a little military Jeep. It looks like the FMS Willys Jeep. It's probably like a little Matchbox, a little 124th scale, or 164th or some shit. Probably like that big. And it was so detailed. It was like $6. I was like, oh man, I gotta buy this. I just couldn't pass it up. Couldn't pass it up. Got a little Matchbox graveyard going on in my front bushes, next to my little makeshift miniature crawler course for my small little FMS size vehicles. Because I have the Trx4M, the Axial SCX24 Dodge Power Wagon, and the FMS stuff. And then at my buddy's house, it's been there for years. I have the Axial SCX10, it's Chevy C10, bone stock. I just let him use it because he didn't have them when I first got into the small stuff. And he keeps telling me, he's like, dude, you want these things? And I'm like, yeah, one of these days I'll grab it from you. I ain't too worried about it, buddy. So, what we got going on here? There we go. See what the comments here are saying. Yeah. Yeah, you just all you gotta do is LMAO, brother. Hey, see you've been in here for a little bit, brother. You should subscribe and hit that bell notification, man. I don't do lives all the time because other things get in the way and life and shit. So, but I'm usually doing uploads for video games. I'm not the greatest on there. I just play online, but I figure it's got to make somebody smile when I play. So, if I get like 4 people that watch my live streams on my video games, I'm happy. I mean, somebody's day. But I'm not trying to become the next what's his name, Tiger Woods on Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto. You know, just trying to have some fun and upload it, get some views. What is this thing doing here? That's why. It's got to go back more. Are you? No. What? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's fine. Let's try that. Maybe that's going in. Let's see. Yep, that's going in. But yeah, I do Call of Duty, SnowRunner. People seem to love the SnowRunner stuff because it's very keeps you on edge. It's a very suspenseful video game, to say the least. And it's fun as shit because I'll never be able to own that kind of equipment. Something's going on with this battery tree. It's not lining up. Don't know why. I want to say it's gotta go in there. That's strange. That's weird. So I ran into a dilemma here again with these aluminum upgrades. I gotta find that piece that I had. I gotta check this extension cord to make sure it's not getting too hot. No, we're good. Alright, I gotta look for that piece real quick. What did I do with it, man? partying with that. That's strange. So I'm running into a dilemma. The battery tray is hitting this aluminum brace in the back, and it's not allowing this to move back anymore, but this is sitting in the same spot, so fought with that whole mount thing earlier. I did a few minutes ago. Enjoy watching. Thank you, appreciate that. I'm passionate about it, but because I don't edit my videos, I don't upload too many videos. I do the shorts, and I do the live streams, text messages. Well, we'll blame Av. It's probably the senior center. I do a lot of live stream updates of RCs. I try to do some videos. I get on the CapCut on my laptop and I can edit some stuff, but I'm not the great at it, and I don't have the pro version, so I don't have the ability to do too much video editing on CapCut. But I do have some videos on my channel that are edited through the laptop, so they say, you know, welcome to the channel, and don't forget to hit the like button. It'll pop up in the corner. Like, I could do those things because I don't have the pro version. I can't do them myself. Why aren't you lining up? That's exactly where it's got to go. Strange. Not going in the way I want it to. Oh, why is it fighting me? There's something wonky's going on here. What do you see this light? I'm getting hungry. I have to get myself a bacon, egg, and cheese. Or head up Dunkin' Donuts and get one of them everything bagels with a bacon, egg, and cheese. Alright, so that hole is lining up. That one's lining up. Oh, maybe that's not lining up. Are you stunned? Oh, yeah, I'm definitely stunned. What's on there? I don't know why that's not going in. Going on here? It's on there. It just won't go in. The screw is messed up. Don't know why. Let me try the other hole here. Right. Alright, so that's lined up. That screw's just not going in. We gotta figure out why. But that's lined up. there we go. We got it to move now. Like, what the heck is going on? I know these screws were just in there. I know they fit. Well, fat digital's in the way. But, yeah, I don't have too many videos uploaded. I got some. But, come on. Can you cooperate already? All night you've been fighting with me. Yesterday, today. You don't want to go back together. I don't know why. Let's do this side first. There we go. That's better. Ah, that's... I knew something wasn't right. It's got to be the screw. And I'll put this one in over here. And this one will go right in. See, I think I just had to get one side started. This thing's all warped and beat up. Oh, the battery tray is original too, I believe. So there is some original parts. I told everybody last night, most of the parts are different on this truck. Nothing is really original, except for these rear fenders, the brace for the bumper in the rear, the axle housings, the battery tray, that's original. Oh, and these rear posts. These were original. Oh, and so's this front one here. This whatever's plastic, except for these running boards. Frank caught on fire years ago. Yes, Frank caught on fire underwater. Tell me how that happens. Well, probably because it's a lipo, but underwater he caught on fire. After going on a, what was that, a 2.5, 3 hour hike in the middle of a heat wave with like 85% humidity. It was humid and hot. And instead of the battery going up, the ESC had separated. And as soon as I went into the fresh water, it caught on fire in the water. There was flame coming out of the water. I was like a foot from the shoreline, and I was playing with in the water, cooling him off. And he sure cooled off all right. And what did I do? Whoa, fire, fire! Here's land, and then over here is where the water is. What do? Throw the controller in the water and pick the truck up. Threw the truck down, picked the controller up, threw it on the beach, and I'm like, why did I just do that? Oh, man, good times. Oh, okay. What did this other comment say? Any chance of flipping the... No, it only goes in one way because there's two screws that lock it into the frame right here, and then there's oh no, this mount. No, because the way the mount is designed, it's got to go like this. So it sits in the truck like this, and it's got 1 screw, 2 screw, 3 screw, and they're all different sizes because they keep the wheel arches on there, the fenders on, and then it, does its thing. But yeah, no, there's 3 screws, so if you turn it around, these wouldn't line up at all. These wouldn't line up. Maybe one of these might. This one might, but these wouldn't have any hole to go into. It wouldn't. It would stop. So, but no, it does fit now. I just had to push it in there and lock it in, and get one of the other screws started. So now I can put in the side screw. I don't know why they have us put a screw in the side here, because dude, you're not moving this tray. Once these are in, there's really no point to this. But fuck it, we'll do it. I will put it in right on this side too. There we go. I wonder if they make a brass battery tray. I should look into that. A brass battery tray would be nice. A little too much brass. Who cares? Right? Is this sucker going in? Going in the hole. It is threading, yeah, it's threading. It's going. Nice. I'm only putting one of these screws in. There's no point in putting 3 in. These fenders are held on fairly well. The body's always on. So I think I might have smoked one of my batteries. I left my oldest 2S 7600 cell, 2 cell. It's inside my Senton 4x4, and it's still plugged in, and it's been in my backseat of my S10 Blazer for the past month, a couple weeks, and it was in there during the cold spell, so I think it might be totally shot. I mean, it wasn't dead when I put it in there, but I think I killed it. It's one of my last of my old surviving batteries. So, yeah, it is what it is, right? That's that. Now I gotta put the running boards back on. It's finally warm enough to charge. Here's one. These are ancient. I was telling people last night, these are like 5 years old, but I got them like years ago. They're so beat, but they're still straight. It's amazing. Let's see here. All makes sense. Yep, see? He knows. He knows. Man. These little wheels and tires I'm running. I'm Frank. You're just the stock K5s. So since he's together for the most part, and I got some people watching, we'll show you the K5 right now. I do have it here in the trailer with me. This one weighs like 30 pounds, like 20 pounds. It's lifted. I had the lift kit laying around. Now, so what happened? The story on this truck was this was a winter project. I bought it 2 winters ago. And I literally bought it, took it out of the box, and still got the wrapping on. I've used it a few times, quite a few times. But I pulled it out of the box, took it apart, and just upgraded it. I figured I'd have one nice rig, fully upgraded with all the brass, all the aluminum, all the steel I could get. It's got these fancy clips. You can tell I don't use it that much, or I don't abuse it that much, because it's a very beautiful truck. So it started out with a regular lip stock ride height. Thank you, sir. It started out stock. I had the lift kit for the Bronco, which is the same thing for all of them, and I bought it actually when I first got the Bronco, probably like 7 years ago now, and I never used it. It was all in the kit, all in the box. So I was like, you know what? Let me slap it on the Blazer. I want a high trail one. It's technically a high trail. So this is semi-stock, fully upgraded, but stock plastic bumpers. I am still running the brush system just so I could run the Trx4 light kit for the high beams, low beams. He's got some cool stickers on there. He's got the Papa Smurf with the bone, you know. Get the lady with the boobies on the back. But it's got the Chevy interior now. That's most recent. It didn't fit in the Bronco. For the longest time, I had I'll show you over here. For the longest time, I had the Ford Bronco interior inside the Chevy K5 Blazer. And the whole purpose of getting the Chevy one was not to put in the Chevy. It was to put in the Ford. So when you looked in the Ford, you're like, wait a minute. That's not a Ford interior. So, but this has the Chevy interior in it. It's all secure. It has buckets for the lights. But it's got the Trx4 light kit, as you can see over here. It's got the little board over here. So it's still got the stock electronics, and that's okay because this is just a nice picture rig used to take some videos. It's got the dual stage phones on the Chinese wheels. Got the blue anodized arms, and of course I got the same axle shafts as I do on Frank because they're $12 on Amazon and they can work awesome. So let's go and see here. I've got the stock center plate is still plastic. These are real steel axle housings, brass cups, brass inner and outer portal housings. I got an aluminum. Let's see, a brass one on the front that's black, and then I got aluminum diff cover in the rear. Uh, let's see. Rear bumper mount is metal on this one. I don't know if. Okay, yep. The rear brace on this one is also metal as well. I did upgrade it on this one. I think the transmission's stock. Yep, tranny stock. Nothing about that. It's still a 2-speed. The diffs, I don't know if they're locked or if they're unlocked, because, yep, these ones work still, except for the front. No, that's right. The servos still work. They all still work. I got another text message here. No. Let's see. Other than that, this is just all brass and stainless steel and brass. So this one's the most upgraded because of the Yeah Racing. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah Racing axle housings. That's what it is. They are steel. But the inner, I got weights. I got wheel weights in the back here. Those are brass, along with the brass portals. This truck weighs a good like 20 pounds. I'm not gonna lie, like 25 pounds. But this one's more of a showpiece. The servo mount is the stock one because it has to be the plastic for the lift kit. It's got a hobby wing, or a $25 Amazon special steering servo. The front fenders are only in because I had to use them for the mounts. I couldn't put the aluminum mounts on in the front, but it does have the aluminum mounts on the rear. That's why Frank has these. Actually go for, they were supposed to be on here. The fronts didn't fit right because I couldn't use the fenders, and I needed the fenders or something, and so I just put the back ones on, so the shocks are kind of like on an angle, but it still works like it's supposed to. It looks really good doing rock crawls because it's detailed, and it's a Chevy, just can't beat the Chevs. Front aluminum brace for the front bumper mount, but they're plastic bumpers. But other than that, this one's bone stock, electronic wise. I got the Fly Sky servo receiver in there, so we can run the multiple different channels and whatnot. Frank has a light kit in him, but it's not a Traxxas. It's just a hard wire. It plugs into one of the wires I have coming out of the receiver, and it's more or less just for they're stationary. They're like parking lights. They're just like constant parking lights, to be honest with you. I didn't do nothing elaborate with him. I didn't want to do nothing crazy because I'm always beating on it, taking it apart. And then he also has a fancy multicolor changing LED light bar on him. I can run the lights and the light bar off of a 9-volt battery. I do have the adapter, but since I just put a Y adapter in off of the receiver, I can run the separate lights separate, So this is always a pain in the butt to get on. Ever since I did the dashboard, I don't know why, but it is. Now, see, that's what's concerning. Why does that? Oh, here we go. That's why you got to put it on a certain way. Okay. But yep, this is the K5. I don't really run it. It's never seen water. Well, actually, no. I got a little water on the tires the last time, oh jeez, 8 months ago. The portal's never been submerged. It's got grease on everything. I did waterproof grease everything. So yeah, it's all done up. Never seen the water. Never seen the snow. This is more or less like my pavement princess. And then Frank just gets, never hell of a life beat out of him because it's just the way he goes. This is the story of his life. Being a beat up old Bronco. So, supposedly with Traxxas and stock electronics, you can, watch your hours on the system and the miles. I haven't quite figured that out how to do yet. but I'm guessing since Frank, I bought him in 2018, which is the other one that I was working on. So if you notice on the channel, this beat up Bronco is always going to be referred to as Frank. Frank the Frankenstein, because he's put together, he's beat up, he's been through hell and back. So he's been, I've got him in the summer of 2018 when they first came out with the Trx4s. I lost him in a river the first time I played with it. Let's see here. The Bronco. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the comments. There's never no reason why you should grow up. If you're old now and you have the ability to go get a Bronco or something to go bagging on in the woods, you so should, because don't do what the normal do. Be different and continue to do the things you did when you were in high school. Maybe not everything, but if you like to get buck wild behind the wheel without a seatbelt on, by all means, go fucking have fun and do it, man. Don't let age stop you, you know? Just do it. Live it up. I'm not saying you're... I will say, since I like doing that shit when I was younger, I don't do it as much, but I'm not afraid to get buck wild if I see an open lot or some dirt or some mud, because it's just the way it goes. It what makes you you. It makes you human. It's the things you like to do. But this stuff's a lot cheaper, and I don't have to worry about getting a reckless driving ticket if I go out and do donuts with this. But anyways, so I've had him since he first came out, when they first debuted the Trx4s. Bought it at Hobbytown, USA, when they were good. Let's see. Lost them in the river because it said it was waterproof, and I was like, well, I'm going to put that to the test. I had to go swimming for him. Good thing it was June. Then I let it dry out, or I drove to like 2 hours away from where I lived, went to a state park, pulled it out of the truck and realized it didn't work. And when I took the cover off here, everything was, water came out. Let it dry in the back of the truck, then it worked. I got about a year and a half out of those bearings. I got so many stories with this truck. It's like I've forgotten. Oh, I'm not forgotten, but it's like there's so many. It's got, I would say it probably has, this frame alone probably has 8 or 9,000 scale miles, and probably like 100 to maybe 80 to 100,000 actual miles, and at least over 1,000 hours runtime on it, and at least 1,000 battery packs ran through it. I've definitely gone on some trail hikes, some crawling hikes for rocks, all over the place. He's been to Vermont. He's been to New Hampshire. I didn't drive him in New Hampshire, but he's been there. Massachusetts. I've never ran him there. He's been to Maryland. I ran him there. He's been to Kentucky. Yep, Frank's been to Kentucky, and I ran him there. Geez, I've ran this truck damn near all the states going down to Kentucky. So he's got some miles on him, some history, and some memories. So the frame is starting to rust, not rot, but the frame is starting to rust. The paint is coming off, and I like that. I call that patina, and it looks realistic. But boy, some memories. I bought him because let's see what the comments here are saying. He's just one more time to get out. Nice. Nice. Definitely should, brother. You definitely should. No, I bought Frank when my fiance had passed away. I needed something to kind of keep me distracted other than driving around and listening to music. That was doing it, but I needed something else to distract me a little bit, keep my head focused, level-headed, you know. And then during that time, I had a buddy of mine. He had passed away 3 years ago now. He was with me, I would say, through thick and thin of that whole losing her, you know, after she passed. She would show up at like 2 o'clock in the morning with coffee because I wasn't responding to a text message. Just a good kid. He had asthma and he got into COVID and went to probably the wrong hospital while having COVID, and he ended up not pulling through like we expected to. So he ended up passing over at the early age of 21, forever 21. But he had bought a Bronco because I told him, like, dude, you got to get a crawler, because he had gotten the Trx slash two-wheel drive 110th, and he loved it, and he just oh my god, he beat the shit out of it, and he got it like at least a year and a half out of a brushed motor, kept spraying WD-40 in it, and it just kept starting up and running it around at like 5 miles an hour. He loved it. And then he finally got a crawler. He got a Ford Bronco. I do have ownership of it. When he had passed, his father had let me have the Bronco. So it's all original. I did full bearings on it, cleaned it up, put a brushless system in it with a Savox servo that I had on Frank. I just swapped everything over. It's got stainless steel screws. It's never seen the water. Brand new fancy red wheels to go with the red the red body, and it's got his memorial sticker on the body. It's in my Blazer. I don't have the keys to my Blazer. I'd get it and show you. But that truck has a lot of hours because he just used it for mudding and trail rocks with me. So me and Frank go back. It's the only RC I ever run for the most part. I have others, but my heart's in this guy. I've been through hell and back. Like, geez, if my house ever caught on fire, I'd probably leave my wallet and my keys and grab this motherfucker before anything. Just the way it goes, you know. But yeah, been through some shit with this one. Met some cool people, hung out with some cool people with him. Carried him a few times through the woods because brush motors do die eventually, and that's why I went to brushless. But yeah, yep, definitely got some memories with Frank here. He's got some miles and some cool things. So I'm going to keep the video going here. I gotta step away. I gotta get some coffee in me. I got some in my truck. Yep, 100%, brother. Ride or die. That's for damn sure. Damn sure. Hell yeah. Out of all my RCs, I like this one the best. Even though it's just like the K5, it's not lifted. It's got its own character. He's got his own character. He's got his own problems, own restrictions. It's okay. I have sent this thing through some crazy courses, and most people are like, "How is a Trx4 making that?" And I'm just like, I don't know, man. We ain't gonna question it. We're just gonna let it ride, as they say. But I'm gonna let this stay on recording. I'm gonna step away here for like 20 minutes. I gotta run to my truck. I got some coffee I want to get, and my mouth is a little dry. I would play music, but YouTube would copyright that. So you'll just have to hear the humming of the fans and the humming of the generator in the background, and not me talking. I got to get some coffee. My mouth is really dry. So I'll be back here in maybe 10 minutes. I say 20. Oh yeah, for work. All right. That's cool, bro. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing too. I really appreciate that. Hell yeah, man. You do the same. Whatever you do for work, be safe. Thank you for watching, by the way. And thanks for communicating in the comment section. You've held a pretty long conversation with me here. I've been scrolling through here. But thank you. If I get out there, I will definitely enjoy it, hopefully. It's supposed to be 46, so we'll see. Thanks for watching, brother. Take it easy and have a good day. I'm back. Alrighty, yes, I am back. Got 2 viewers still. Man, my mouth isn't so dry. I had some coffee. You could never not have coffee. Coffee is good. Alright, so I gotta put these back on. What if the floor is cold? Oh, the floor is not as cold as I thought it would be. Nice. Nice. So that installation's working. Mint, wood, mint. Really mint. So I ended up with a few extra screws, and I don't know why. So we've got extra screws. I don't know what I use those for. What those are used for, huh? Whatever. Extra screws never hurts. Oh, not tired, just yawning. Well, I got 3 hours of sleep. Yeah, that's good enough. sent the text messages. Just gotta finish putting some things on here. Put the other side on. My phone is going off, but I don't know what it is. My watch is not going off. Here we go. Nice. So now we can put the interior back in. This guy's fully upgraded. I don't need to take him apart ever again unless I gotta replace something. Well, not fully upgraded, but damn near close. Still got 3 viewers. Thanks for watching, guys. If whoever's watching, I do hope you have subscribed and hit that bell notification for future updates and when I'm gonna be doing live streams and whatnot. It helps the channel out greatly. But so we got the interior here. We'll put this back in. This is gonna be fun because this thing goes in and it's a pain in the bum. It's a pain in the bum. Now I just gotta figure out how I want these wires to go. These ones gonna stay out the way here. Phone is going off. It's Christmas time. to get on my hands and knees here and see what's going on. Something not lining up. No sir. No sirree indeed. It is not lining up. Come on. Cooperate. What's going on here? What the hell is going on? We're not doing some issues here. Nice and warm in here. Oh, nice and warm. I still gotta figure out why the screw isn't. Okay, the butt part is putting his body back on. I think I'm going to end this live video where we're at here. I'm going to do the rest of this off camera because I want to charge my phone and listen to some tunes. So thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and to subscribe and that bell notification. Stay tuned for future updates. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a good rest of your day.